I'm surprised that none of my Orlando friends have made any comment about this, but the express lanes opened on Saturday on I-4. Today, I have to go to Lake Mary, so I'm going to drive the entire route while it's free. One thing I do expect to see is a lot of people treating them as super speed lanes, but they're really just supposed to get you past the roadblocks or the tie-ups at the merge points. So they start right here by Universal. Just before the Kirkman exit. And here we go. And we will do this to the accompaniment of some Epcot pre-show music to Harmonious. One thing right now, it's a nice smooth ride. First toll spot checks me in. Currently traveling at the speed limit of 60 miles an hour. There's our first exit for Kirkman, which actually takes you to Grand National. Traffic light up here, the new bridge they built. You go left, you get to Kirkman. You go right, you get to International Drive and Oak Ridge Road. So far as you can see, I am going slightly faster than the regular traffic. But we'll see what happens up at John Young, because there's a big merge point there. Oh, and my Garmin GPS, which I have not updated, does not have these lanes as active. But my Waze directions told me take the express lanes. Interesting, they're showing both the same arrival time. I like the sign. Speeding enforced, 60 miles per hour. Does that mean we're supposed to speed? And in case you were wondering, it's about 3:30. I imagine this will become a big help about 4:30. One thing I am noticing, there's lots of room on both sides in case of breakdowns that we can divert around and emergency vehicles can get in. But they do have what I think are emergency access points, because there's some metal rails periodically along the walls that look like they can be removed, and there's what look like they'll be flashing amber lights that say authorized use only. So I imagine in case of a total blockage, it's a way that they can get emergency vehicles in, but also telling us that we can't use them. Now, interesting that my Waze thought that I had jumped over onto regular I-4 and is now telling me to get back on right there. So that was just after Conroy. There's an access point in. I didn't notice the access point out. But I'm noticing that at least right now, there's a decent amount of traffic in these lanes, which is removing them from the quote-unquote free lanes, which is why they're theoretically going at about the same speed as we are. It will be interesting when the tolls go into effect, if there'll be enough people willing to pay the tolls that for those of us that don't want to pay the tolls won't be horribly inconvenienced. That is, are the tolls going to be low enough to make them attractive for people to use them so that the entire interstate goes smoothly? All right, here's an exit point. Goes down to, if you want to go downtown, you've got to get out here, because that's Cayley all the way to Lee Road. Although there is, I know, an access to the East-West Expressway, the 408. But if you want Cayley, south, Amelia, Colonial, Princeton, Parr, Fairbanks, you needed to get off back there. So theoretically, this is now straight through all the way to Winter Park. And a quick note about the music. This is my favorite Epcot pre-show music. It's called Laszlo's Driving Lesson by Jody Jenkins. I'm going to turn it up a bit. I would love to get the sheet music, because the clarinet part looks like a killer. Alright, so now here we go up over the new bridge, because that provides the access to east-west. Oh, there is an express to South Street. That's right. It goes down and dumps off in between the east and west bridges. So as we can see, I-4 regular lanes are going quite smoothly right now. So, now we know if you need to go downtown, you can use the express lanes all the way to South Street. And having grown up here, I was always used to South Street being a one-way road, so even though it's been two ways for years, I still mentally don't think of it that way. It will be interesting to see what this is like during rush hour. Or on a Friday or Saturday night. Okay, so here, if you look up on the right, if you can see it, there's one of those metal rails. The lights for authorized use only. I think that's emergency vehicle access. I wonder with the e-pass trackers if they could actually report that people are speeding and send you a ticket in the mail. That would be interesting. Coming back the other way, I noticed that there's still the backup at Colonial caused by the merge there. So here we have our first slowdown. Another hint, if you're using I-4 at this point around Fairbanks, get in the right lane. Believe it or not, that goes faster than the quote-unquote fast left lane. So I'm guessing these are people that came on at spots that didn't have access to the express lanes. But if you're coming out of downtown, take Magnolia to the Ivanhoe entrance. It has an access both directions for the express lanes. As I figured, Lee Road would still create, because it's a spot where 4 lanes merge down to 3, just like Colonial when you're going westbound. There we have traffic that stopped, and I can just wave bye-bye to them. Question is going to be, how much is this going to cost? I wonder how many people stuck in that traffic didn't know express lanes were open, and they're going, wow, how did those people get there? Why are they going so fast? Or at least didn't know that it was free. A little rain going on. See how many people get on at this access point just before Bakeman. So here's our next exit back to I-4 regular. So we went all the way from basically Orange Blossom Trail to Maitland Boulevard without being able to get back on I-4. Probably won't have too many people getting on because, of course, once you get past that merge point block, traffic goes smoothly. Interesting, looking in my rearview mirror, I can only see about 10 cars for about a mile and a half behind me. Yeah, we got a few cars coming on, but they're probably like me, just testing it out, because you can clearly see that the traffic is moving fine now. Now there might be backups at 436 and 434. So here's your local exit access for 436 and 434. But there's also the express exit at Central Parkway. I was going at a steady 60 miles an hour the whole time. This is the first point where I have to slow down a bit. So no backup at 436. Now we got a lot of traffic that has caught up with it because they're obviously not following the 60 mile an hour limit. So up ahead here we have our express exit to Central Parkway. So if your travel plans include a desire to get a close-up look at the I-4 eyesore, this is where you'll get off the express lanes. This is an exit that is not available to regular I-4. But if they tried to put this at 436, it would have been a mess. Waze once again thinks I'm over on the regular lanes. But interestingly, I'm driving at the speed limit, but my estimated arrival time has been shrinking. We're almost to the end. We'll see if there's any delay at the 434 entrance ramp. Probably not at this time. Give it half an hour. It will. no issues. There's hardly anybody coming up. And now the express lanes have ended. And we will hopefully seamlessly merge back into regular I-4 traffic. Not a problem right now. So there you have it. Eastbound I-4 express lanes. I think I'll probably do westbound tonight on my way home.